On Saturday, Donald Trump traveled to Georgia. He did another one of his little Klan cult rallies, and he said a lot of crazy and outlandish things during these rallies. I covered multiple instances of this over on Ring of Fire if you haven't seen it yet. But here's another one. And this one I think is very important because this one actually pissed off Republicans in the state of Georgia. And it was when Trump said this. Of course, having Stacey Abrams, I think, might be better than having your existing governor. Might very well be better. Stacey, would you like to take his place? It's okay with me. So what he did at this rally in Georgia was actually endorsed a potential challenger to Republican Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, who barely beat Stacey Abrams in 2018, actually needed his position as Secretary of State to purge enough voters to prevent her from becoming the next governor. Georgia was on the cusp in 2018 of going blue. It's only gone bluer since then, and Donald Trump is actively out there trashing the current incumbent Republican governor, in addition to, throughout his speech, trashing the election results and telling these individuals in the crowd that they can't trust the election results. You can't trust the electoral process. The reason that's important is because earlier this year, 2 days actually, prior to the, actually maybe it was the day before, I forget. But anyway, the Georgia special election, the Senate runoffs, right? 2 Republican incumbents lost to 2 Democratic challengers. And part of the reason is because tens of thousands of Republican voters stayed home after Trump spent several weeks attacking the security of U.S. elections. He's still doing that today. I mean, literally did it this weekend in Georgia. Said you can't trust it. You can't trust them. And then he goes as far as to trash their current Republican governor. And as I mentioned, this pissed off Republican leadership in the state of Georgia. They're angry, they're confused, and they're scrambling to try to figure out how to do damage control when you have this ideologue like Donald Trump, this demagogue, come in there and convince his cult-like followers that they can't trust the system and that they shouldn't vote for their guy. Yes, that is going to help Stacey Abrams. Hell, in fact, the only reason Republicans shouldn't be as mad is because, hey, technically, I think that was Trump endorsing Stacey Abrams. And as we've talked about, as the numbers have shown, Trump's endorsement is usually a kiss of death. So Stacey Abrams, be careful, because now that Trump has, tacitly endorsed you against Brian Kemp, may not be so good for your campaign if you are planning on running. Because that's the other thing, too. We don't even know that Stacey Abrams is running. But we do know that Georgia is vulnerable. And we do know that Donald Trump is making it more so. He screwed the state for the Republican Party in January. And now they're fairly confident he's screwed them again more than a year out from the midterms. Can that damage be undone? Most likely. As long as Trump doesn't hold another rally in Georgia saying the same thing, and as long as, of course, he doesn't go around the rest of the country trashing the state of Georgia. Because if he does, that's going to hurt Republicans. And let's not forget, right? We do also have a pretty serious criminal investigation into Donald Trump taking place in Georgia. So, maybe pissing off the people who could potentially make the investigation go away, maybe that's not the smartest tactic either, especially considering the fact that during your little rally in Georgia, you actually admitted to trying to interfere with their election, which is what you're being investigated for. So you kind of admitted to the crime, and now you're pissing off the very people who could choose to not go after you for it. So I don't know what Trump's playing at here, but I can guarantee you it's not going to be good for him, and it's not going to be good for the Republican Party. But that typically means it's probably in the best interest of the American people.